Hello, everyone. Welcome back to St. Louis Teens. We are here today with Sadé Spence, who's an entertainment reporter, journalist, host, and producer across broadcast TV, online video, and social media. Sadé, you have covered several red carpet events such as the Grammys, Hello Beautiful, movie premieres, press junkets, covering film, celebrities, teen celebrities, and pop culture while highlighting stories of women and women of color. You're also an activist and a strong supporter of the Black Lives Matter movement. Thank you so much for your phenomenal work in bringing news stories of people, celebrities, and Black celebrities. Your passion for every story is incredible.
Well, thank you so much. That was an incredible introduction, and I'm so excited to speak with you. I think what you're doing is such a great project.
Well, thank you so much, Sade, for being here with us today. Can you tell us a little bit more about yourself and what inspired you to become a journalist in the entertainment field?
Yeah, definitely. Well, I think at the core of it is just being a storyteller. I love learning about new people, places, and things, and that's always been the core of what I do. I think as a journalist, you're always asking questions, so you're just super curious all the time. So I definitely say that's also one of my main characteristics and personality traits is I'm always asking a lot of questions and maybe sometimes talking too much. And I think what really inspired me to become a reporter is I've always had that drive to ask questions. And I think this sounds cliche, but as a child, you always really know what you want to do. I think at the core of it, children always know what they want to do and what they want to be. And even though I was studying to go to medical school, I always knew that I liked asking questions and I always volunteered to do any video projects and even joined newspapers when I could. So I think I just always knew I wanted to share stories of people that, didn't have a voice.
And as someone who is a reporter now and always asking those questions, can you share with us your most favorite moments of your work?
I feel like there are so many great moments. I think one of them recently had to be when I covered the Maleficent junket. So if anybody doesn't know, a junket is when you sit one-on-one or a group setting with actors or directors and talk about a film. And it was getting the chance to talk to Angelina Jolie, Elle Fanning, and Michelle Pfeiffer about um, being left out and basically people trying to hide parts of them to fit in. So I basically asked them, with Maleficent having her horns and she covered them in one scene. I said that reminds me of when people of color, will hide parts of ourselves to try to assimilate. And I wanted to know if they've ever had to do something like that or felt that anywhere in their time in the industry. And Angelina Jolie just gave an amazing answer that she's never felt something to the degree of someone else who is a person of color, but she believes that this film, Maleficent, was about she really wanted children to know that they should always raise their voice and they shouldn't hide any part of them, no matter how, out of place you may feel, you shouldn't hide that because that's who you are and you are unique and you're special and you all have a place. I love that answer.
And what are some of the keys to success in the entertainment and journalism world, both in general and for people of color?
Yeah, definitely. I think you need to be really hardworking. I think the field kind of looks really glamorous, like, oh my gosh, you take great pictures, but at the core of it, it's really hard. There's no real direct path to get into entertainment journalism. So you just want to work as hard as you can. I think especially when you're a person of color, you're just going to have to work twice as hard. Unfortunately, as anybody could see, traditional magazines, traditional movies, and different types of media traditionally didn't show a lot of people of color. So you have to work hard to break down those barriers. And I think at the same time, don't hide any part of who you are. Don't assimilate. Don't change who you are to try to get into the field, because I think that's what makes you special. Though the different way that you may think, your diverse perspectives, that's what's needed in the industry right now. So don't hide that at all. That's what makes you uniquely you, and the right questions that you want to ask and the stories you want to tell.
I think especially at this time, of a pandemic and the current movement, identity is something that's so important, and everyone should really try to show their identity and, allow their identity to take over. Based on, I know, Sade, that you spent a lot of time and worked a lot with teen celebrities. Can you share with us one of your best experiences with a teen celebrity?
Yeah, definitely. You know, you meet so many actually teen celebrities, especially when you cover a lot of Disney stuff. There's so many that come on the carpet. They basically bring out everyone. I really enjoyed talking to McKenna Grace. She's 14 now, I believe, but she played a younger version of Captain Marvel. And I interviewed her at the Captain Marvel premiere, and she just radiates light. And I think for someone being so young and being in such a field that can put a lot of pressure on you. She's very confident in who she is and what, and what she's doing. And I was just so impressed with her because I think she handles herself better than some of the older actors and actresses. And I just think speaking with her and feeling that sort of energy, I just think so many kids need to see that and know that, where you are, you earned being here and you are special. And just seeing somebody radiate that light, I think is a good reminder to everyone else. So I just love speaking with her.
And social media is something now that is being increasingly used with teens and people at all age groups. And with the rise of social media and internet celebrities, what are some of the positives and negatives of social media, and how can teens leverage the positives while protecting themselves from the negatives?
Yeah, that's such a great question. Social media, it can be a great outlet. I think it's a great place to show who you are, what your interests are, what you stand for, whatever you're really passionate about. It's a great way to share it with the rest of the world. Of course, that does open you up to trolls and people who are criticizers, and it can be hard. But I think at the same time, it's good to remember who you are and what you're doing and what makes you excited, because a lot of people that are on the other side that are trolls, they've got nothing better to do. They might be upset that they wish they were doing what you're doing. So I would encourage you not to let somebody that's hiding behind a computer try to control your narrative and try to take away your joy and what makes you shine. So I just try to remember that at the core of it, because I get sometimes I get really mean YouTube comments on my YouTube videos or on my interviews. And I also sometimes, it's okay to turn it off. It's okay not to look. I'll look at the first few just so I can see what kind of the feedback is and if people enjoy it. But after a while, then I just stop, because I think the good work that you're doing, or what you're excited and you're passionate about, and there's people that you work with that also can tell you how you're doing, what they think of your work. You don't need a troll to control you.
And Sade, we're so thankful that despite the negativity that has been directed towards you, you have been able to continue pursue and continue your work. And as you say, post on social media and use social media to talk about and discuss some of the things that you have been passionate about. The recent racial unrest that has swept our nation has prompted several celebrities to step up. And being a celebrity and a journalist, you're a powerful influencer yourself of this cause. How do you think that more celebrities can be a part of this positive movement as well?
Yeah, well, thank you for that. I definitely think, again, using your platform in an authentic and genuine manner. So, what you're really passionate about. I think I've always been really passionate about uplifting people of color, especially also uplifting women, and then Black women of color. So, that always just resonates through my work naturally. And that's what I share online. Um, and I think for some people, it may be new, it may be uncomfortable. Um, and you can take baby steps. I think right now during the pandemic, everybody's posting, everybody's sharing a lot. So you feel a lot of pressure that you have to keep up to feel seen or to be visible. And that's not true either. You can take your time, you can ease into it and post what you're comfortable with. You should never let other pressures control you or depict what you do. So I think if you can take time and slowly do it, then you're on a good track.
Highlighting and celebrating triumphs of people of color is a powerful way of bringing a positive change. And Shada, you talk about highlighting and posting and promoting what you're comfortable with. And can you tell us about your slogan, Black Joy is a form of resistance, and what that means to you?
Yeah, so that I love that phrase so much. And I remember at first I have a friend named Sharice Frazier. She's an amazing writer and author that I've known through working. And she said it once to me, and I was just like, this is such an amazing, slogan and motto that everybody needs to know, everybody needs to live by and apply it to themselves, because at the end of the day, people don't like to see sometimes people don't like to see when other people of color are doing well or they're advancing. So we should never let, again, others steal our joy. We shouldn't let others try to control where we get to go as people of color or how we get to succeed. So I think at the end of the day, while they're going out of their way to try and make sure that we can't get into certain rooms, just you being you, enjoying your life, celebrating your life, is resistance in and of itself. So you should never let anybody else rob your joy at the end of the day. That's what it really means. Celebrate your wins. Don't worry what others think. You deserve it. Be proud of yourself in the moments that you're proud of. Celebrate your friends, and just always live in that joy, because joy, no one can really take your joy at the end of the day. It's something you always have with you.
Shada, you talked about teens bringing out their identity, living in joy, celebrating themselves, and promoting what they're comfortable with and discussing what they're passionate about on social media. What would be your overall message to teens, and how can they be leaders and change makers?
Yeah. Hmm. I think the overall message would be, at the end of the day, to always live and be the most authentic version of yourself. At the end of the day, always be that person. What you are passionate about, what you love, what you enjoy. Speak up about the things that make you uncomfortable. Speak up about the things that isn't the best for you. I know sometimes it can be hard, it can be scary, whether that's telling a classmate that something bothers you, whether that's telling a teacher. But I think when you always lead by being the most authentic version of you, you get to live your best life. You get to live in so much joy. And I think that follows you through to your work. Like, I love uplift knowing that my work can inspire people, and it can let others know that they can work in this industry, letting people of color know that, no, we deserve to be here, we all deserve to be here. So I think living in whatever is authentic and genuine to you at the end of the day will take you very, very far.
Sade, we thank you so much for taking the initiative to bring change to our society through activism and your voice. And we thank you so much for bringing us great stories and for your time today and answering all of our questions.
Thank you again so much, Ree, for having me. And you have incredible questions, by the way. I'm like, you should be a reporter.
Thank you.